Hello all, this is Mrs.Lalithamani.D, Professor from SNS College of Nursing. In this lecture series, we will be learning about the endocrine system and the endocrine physiology, including how all the organs are being functioning. So the first organ will be a hypothalamus. In this, the mixed function will be there. Although some of the hormone functions are producing glands which are purely endocrine, we can tell it is an endocrine or exocrine function. Most of the glands will be purely endocrine, and some of the other glands will be having an exocrine function, and some will be both endocrine and exocrine, that will be called as hex, exocrine glands. So when this endocrine and exocrine function, when these glands are being merged inside, so the hormones which are producing the glands which are producing the hormones which are directly instilled or infiltrated into the bloodstream will be called as endocrine glands, and these are not called as ductless glands. So when we talk about exocrine glands, some of the glands will be having a duct, and it will be sent, the hormones which are being produced by the glands will be sent through the duct, and then it will be entering into the system, so that it will be called as exocrine gland. Some glands will be having both function. The very first one will be the thyroid gland. Then the thyroid gland controls the rate at which the glucose is burned, oxidized, converted to body heat and chemical energy. So the thyroid hormone controls the rate at which the glucose is burnt, so also oxidized, converted to body heat and the chemical energy. It is also important for normal tissue growth and development. The thyroid gland is like the important one which will be controlling the tissue growth and development. It also identifies at the rate at which the glucose is burnt, oxidized and converted to body heat and chemical energy. So the thyroid gland secretes the hormones which are responsible for the metabolism, monitoring the metabolism, following the tissue growth and the development. So the thyroid hormones will be the thyroid glands will definitely take over the role of the thyroid gland secretion, regulation, and then the maintenance of the thyroid hormones. So when we talk about this adrenal gland, the function of the adrenal gland will be the it is responsible for heart rate, blood pressure and blood glucose levels monitoring, and where this will be increased by the role of catecholamines. So these also will, the catecholamines will also dilate the small passageways of the lungs. So the function of adrenal gland will be the catecholamine increases the heart rate, blood pressure and blood glucose levels, and even dilate the small passageways of the lungs also. The catecholamines of the adrenal medulla prepare the body to cope up with the brief or short-term stressful situation. Whenever somebody is frightened, or whenever they are being threatened because of something or stressed, so the alarm response will come in. So this alarm response from the body will trigger the catecholamine release, and this will be released by the adrenal medulla and cause the so-called alarm stage of the stress response. So the adrenal gland is responsible for the reactions what somebody or we will act when there is a stressful situation. The next will be the mechanism of hormone action, how these hormone action is being taking place. So these are being handled by the target cells. So the specific protein receptors must be present on its plasma membrane, or it is in the interior to which that hormone can attach. So we have a target cells, like whom we are going to approach, what we are going to hit, where we are going to act. So that is why we place a target. So these target cells are also present in the body, which are responsible for the action to happen when the hormones are released. So it is a specific protein receptors. It must be present on the plasma membranes or on the interior to which the hormones can attach. So it has to cling on with something. So only when this binding occurs, this hormone can influence the working of the cells. So the target cells should be with the specific protein receptors which can be attached with the hormone receptor cells. It can mix and match, or it can collaborate with the hormones which are being secreted by the glands, and the cell can take up the role in multiplication, or it is in the modification of its action. So the target cells are responsible for the action to happen. So until then we have seen about the target cells, hypothalamus, adrenal gland, and thyroid gland. So in the next series, we will be learning about the continuation of the following. So I hope you all have understood the topic what we have discussed. So we have so far seen the mechanism of action of the glands. So thank you very much. Thank you. See you again.